Welcome everyone to this tutorial about how we track land guided to support your community's affordable housing need. This tutorial will show you how we track residential land guided at 8 units per acre or higher, the standard from the Council's Housing Policy Plan for providing sufficient sewer serviced land to support your share of the region's future need for affordable housing. Keep in mind, for your overall residential density review, tracking will occur differently. Your overall residential density requirement is related to your community designation and calculated through 2040. Tracking tables for affordable housing only monitor residential land uses at 8 or more units per acre in the 2021 to 2030 decade. Tracking land available for affordable housing development is simple math. We start by calculating how many high-density residential acres are available for development or redevelopment in the 2021 to 2030 decade. Then, we multiply each of the available acres by the minimum density permitted. The result is the minimum number of units that could be built as affordable housing, and we compare that number to your community's affordable housing need. When we receive your 2040 Comprehensive Plan update, we will use this information to create a tracking table unique to your community that looks like this. In this example, Sample City's affordable housing need is 611 units. You can see that Sample City's comp plan identifies 76 acres guided at a minimum of 8 units per acre and 26 acres at a minimum of 12 units per acre for future residential development. These numbers show that at least 920 units of higher density housing development is possible, more than sufficient for addressing their affordable housing need of 611 units. The Council reviews amendments to comprehensive plans to make sure minimum density standards, such as land guided to address your share of the region's affordable housing need, continue to be met when plans are amended. Tracking tables are updated for every amendment and will be provided to you as part of our review. There are several ways a comp plan amendment can affect your tracking table for land guided for affordable housing. One type of amendment that affects your tracking table is when the amendment changes land that was guided as high-density residential to low-density residential or non-residential land uses such as commercial, industrial, or institutional. Let's see how this plays out for our friends in Sample City. A developer is proposing a 10-acre single-family subdivision on land that is guided high-density residential. The city supports the development, so they submit a comp plan amendment to re-guide the 10 acres in question. Council staff will begin their review by making any relevant changes to the tracking table. In this case, the reviewer will remove 10 acres from the available acres category for high-density residential. In this example, even with the 10-acre reduction, Sample City is still making more than enough land available for possible affordable housing development. In our second example, the amendment is for a new affordable housing development. It proposes to re-guide commercial land as high-density residential to allow the project to proceed. The site is 12 acres and the city submits a comp plan amendment. This type of amendment would change Sample City's tracking table. 12 acres would be added to the available acres of high-density residential land. In the third case, Sample City again is proposing to re-guide 12 acres of commercial land to high-density residential, but this amendment is for a market-rate housing proposal. No affordable units are planned. Even though additional high-density residential land is being added, it is not creating an opportunity for affordable housing. An amendment scenario like this would have no impact on Sample City's tracking table. In the last example of low-density or non-residential land being re-guided to residential densities of 8 units per acre or higher, there is no specific project planned for the land in question. Whether it's by a small area plan or other circumstances, sometimes cities amend their comp plan to update their future land uses. In this case, 2 acres of industrial land is being re-guided as high-density residential. Since no particular development is proposed at this time, these 2 acres simply get added to the available land for high-density residential. The tracking table is adjusted accordingly. Mixed use is a common land use designation that can also affect your tracking table. Cities need to identify how much residential development is expected in each mixed-use designation. There is no penalty for over or underestimating how much residential land will be included in your mixed-use designations. Just use your best professional judgment. There are endless examples of how various types of comp plan amendments can impact your community's tracking table for land guided to address affordable housing needs. If you have a specific scenario in mind, please don't hesitate to contact Council staff. Thank you for your time watching this tutorial. For more online tutorials and other resources, please check the PlanIt page of the Local Planning Handbook.